Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. So in today's video I'm going to share with you my luxury silk scarf and Twilly collection. I don't even know if that's a thing on YouTube and if that's something people would be interested in. I know I would be, but I guess that comes down to the fact that I love any kind of collection videos. Heck, I'd even watch like a coffee mug collection. But anyway, because I already filmed my luxury SLG collection video as well as my handbag collection part 1 and 2, I thought why not share with you my silk scarves as well. And in order to make this video as informative as possible, I'll also insert some tips and ideas on how to incorporate silk scarves and twillies into your outfits, as well as some like close-ups and different techniques on how to tie twillies on your handbags. So let's get into it. But before we do, in case you just stumbled across my channel, hi, my name is Leslie and I put out videos once a week all about luxury and shopping, with the occasional career-related video thrown into the mix. So if that sounds like your thing, I'd love it if you considered subscribing to my YouTube channel, and maybe, just maybe, we'll manage to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2020. I know that's a pretty ambitious goal, but a girl can dream, right? Oh, and by the way, I usually show my face in my videos, but for today I figured there was no point in showing my face when it's all about the details and the intricate design of the twillies and scarves I'm about to show you. But yeah, feel free to check out my other videos. So the majority of my designer silk items are twillies, so these like long, narrow silk scarves. In terms of actual square silk scarves, I only own 2, so I'll quickly cover those first, and afterwards we'll go into the twilly section of my collection. And I'm gonna go through them brand by brand. So scarf number 1 comes in this box, and yep, it's a Cartier one. I bought it on Dior Collection, but I don't know if it's actually a scarf that Cartier offered for sale or rather as a gift for like VIPs or VVIPs. I know Cartier also sells silk scarves, but I want to say they're usually like the 90 by 90 centimeter ones, whereas this cutie right here clearly is a lot smaller. But anyway, this is my one and only Cartier scarf, and the colors just really spoke to me. I want to say I paid like 70 euros for it, including shipping and the authentication fee from Dior, so not too bad. And that also makes me feel a little less guilty considering the fact that I haven't worn the scarf like ever. I also really love that the scarf came with like this little booklet that shows you different ways to wear a scarf, although I want to say like the majority of the ideas are more suited towards like bigger size scarves, because there's definitely no way that I'd be able to wear this tiny scarf like folded up and as a belt. So moving on to my second square silk scarf, and it's another Dior Collective purchase. However, with this one I'm like 99.9% sure that this had been a VIP gift, because to my knowledge, but correct me if I'm wrong, Patek Philippe doesn't sell silk items. I think they sell like other types of accessories like cufflinks, but I didn't find silk scarves on their website when I did take a look a couple of months ago. This scarf is a 90 by 91, so full size if you will, and I just really love the design and colors on this one. I think we've established that I seem to have a thing for purple, but yeah, I think I bought this one earlier last year or in 2018, and I've literally worn it maybe once. But on the plus side, I learned my lesson pretty quickly, because since then I haven't bought any more square silk scarves, at least like from luxury designer fashion houses. I just realized that silk scarves aren't really something I can easily incorporate into my aesthetic when it comes to like outfits and stuff. But I did accumulate quite a number of twillies, predominantly from Hermes and a few from Dior. So that's what we're gonna get into next. So let's get into the twillies. In fact, I'm gonna start with the Hermes ones. And again, I'll insert some clips of different like wrapping or tying techniques throughout. But if you want me to film a dedicated video where I go into a little more depth and detail on the different ways you can use your silk twillies, definitely let me know in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to film that for you. But anyway, starting off with arguably one of my favorites, which is this one right here. If you've been following Hermes's Twilly releases for a while, you'll know that this Brise de Gala heart design came out a couple of years ago, and similar to the Jungle Love one, I think it's what it's called, that was released earlier this year. This was super popular, especially because it also came with a heart-shaped twilly box instead of the regular round one. Now, unfortunately, I missed out on the heart twillies when they were available as I said, a couple of years ago at the boutique, but a year or so late I found this one pre-loved and below retail price, which is pretty unheard of when it comes to popular Twilly designs. So I snatched this one up, with the only downside being that the Twilly didn't come with the heart-shaped box. But I guess as I'm continuously training myself to not be purchasing stuff just because the packaging is cute, I'm telling myself that it's really not that big of a deal. Oh, and by the way, talking about buying stuff just for the packaging, if you want to have a laugh at my expense, stay tuned for one of my Dior Mitzahs. That was just such a stupid purchase, but I get into that when we talk about the Mitzahs. Moving right along to the next Hermès Twilly. I think this is called Cheval Phoenix, so like horse of Phoenix, Phoenix horse, whatever. And I just fell in love with the color combination. I think green and pink go surprisingly well together, and that's also what I love about Twilly so much. You can really go all out and experiment with colors without breaking the bank. But yeah, this is actually the Twilly that I decided to purchase right after I bought my pochette Métis, because at first I was really terrified of the untreated vachetta leather. Nowadays, 9 times out of 10 I wear my pochette Métis without a Twilly, but when I do, it's usually this one. I just love how the color pops against the brown monogram canvas. Next off is this one right here. I want to say it's called Monopolis. I'm gonna insert the exact name on the screen. It's actually more of a recent design. It might even be still available at the Hermes website or like in store. Well, and while I just talked your ears off about how I love Hermès Twillys for a pop of color, I'm showing you a monochrome black and white one. But my reason for having purchased this one is that Claire from I Am Choquette mentioned that all black or like mostly black Twillys are actually pretty rare for Hermès. So when I saw this one pop up on, again, Vestiaire Collectif, not sponsored by the way, for below retail, I just snatched it up because why not, I guess. Can't go wrong with a black Twilly. And the last Hermès Twilly that I do own is this one right here. So we're back at pops of color, and when it comes to Hermès, you can't go wrong with orange, right? This design is called Bolduc au Carré. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Again, the exact name and like how it's spelled out will be inserted on the screen. And when I saw it on the Hermes website, yes, I do shop from the Hermes website every now and then, which I know you shouldn't do, especially if you want to get your hands on a Birkin or a Kelly new from the boutique. But anyway, I did shop on the website for this one, and I just thought it wouldn't hurt having an orange Hermès Twilly. However, I have to admit that this is my least worn out of my Hermès Twillys. I can't really put my finger on why that is, but for some reason I don't think it looks that good on any of my bags, but maybe I'm just lacking a black top handle handbag. That might be the reason, but yeah, I'm sure I'll find a use for this Twilly someday. So that's it for my Hermès Twilly collection. Moving on to Dior, and Dior actually calls their Twillys Mitzahs. So when it comes to Dior, I have 2 Twillys to show you, or Mitzahs. The first one is from their ABC Dior collection from a couple of years ago at this point. I think Dior currently also carries Mitzahs with letters on them, but I'm not really a fan of the newer design. So this one obviously has an L on it, and I guess I was pretty lucky because I happen to really like the colorway of the design on the L Twilly. Some of the other letters had pretty weird color combination on them, but yeah, as you might be able to tell, the Dior Mitzahs are a lot wider and also longer than the Hermès Twillys, which can both be a pro and a con, I guess, depending on how you want to wear and use your Twilly. If you have a pretty short handle that you want to wrap the Mitzah around, you have to wrap it a couple more times in order to not have the like dangly parts on either side of the handle be super long. But yeah, I still really enjoy this Twilly. Don't wear it that much, but I think on my new Celine Berbe bag the color combination just matches perfectly, and yeah, pretty happy about that. And moving right along to my last Mitzah, which is this one right here, and the embarrassing story around it. So, little backstory. I spent a couple of months in San Francisco last year going into January of this year, which meant I spent the festive season in the US. And as most of you know, when it comes to the likes of Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Dior, they usually come out with special Christmas or holiday packaging. You can tell where I'm going with this one, can't you? Anyway, this is last year's packaging from Dior, and as soon as I saw it, I was just so obsessed. So in one of my lunch breaks, I went to the San Francisco Dior boutique, which is gorgeous, by the way. I'll insert a photo on the screen. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, I went in there and I asked to see the Mitzahs because I knew that those were like the most affordable items. Well, bear in mind that even in Europe, the Mitzahs are more expensive than the Hermès Twillys. And on top of that, obviously everything is more expensive in the US, especially like European luxury brands. But for some reason, that didn't stop me from buying this Mitzah. And I'm not even gonna lie, getting the holiday shopping bag was one of the main reasons why I bought it. Okay, paired with the fact that I felt bad leaving the boutique without buying anything. I know that's really dumb on like so many different levels. Feel free to have a good laugh at my expense, but at least I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in sometimes feeling pressured into buying something just because we feel bad for having taken up the SA's time and then leaving the boutique empty-handed. I do know for a fact that this kind of thinking, as stupid as it is a thing, and it's not that uncommon. But yeah, there you have it. That was my entire luxury silk scarf and Twilly collection. I hope you enjoyed it, and since you've made it all the way to the end of this video, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I know everyone on YouTube low-key begs you to do that, but it truly makes a world of difference. Oh, and by the way, this is how I store my Twillys. I don't keep them in the boxes because chances are like out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. If I kept them in the boxes, I would never be grabbing them. So they stay on this little like hanger thing. I guess it's usually meant to be for like ties, but it's amazing for Twillys because the like bars of the hanger are like rubberized, so the Twillys don't slide off easily. So I highly recommend them. I think I got them on Amazon and they were like pretty cheap. So yeah, this is how I store my Twillys. And as I mentioned, although I already showed you a couple of wrapping or like tying techniques throughout this video, if you would like me to film a dedicated Twilly tying video, like 10 or 15 ways to tie a Twilly on your handbags, let me know in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to film that for you. But that does it for today's video. Again, I hope you enjoyed it and I hope to see you back next Thursday for my upcoming video. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and until next time, bye.